Just waiting to see if this comes up properly here, the stream. Yeah. Had the stream up perfect, and for some reason my power goes out. That's awesome. Anyway. So free kick being ripped out here. We'll go to Oliver. Scores currently are 3-1-19 to Melbourne, 1 straight point. Sorry about that, guys. The bloody stream went dead. I don't know why. Sorry, not the stream. My computer just turned off. Oliver along with the kick. Radikalea went up a bit early, and now at the back is Fritsch. He can go through and kick a goal. He doesn't usually miss, Bailey Fritsch, and he doesn't miss there. Bit of a settler there for the D's. So back in the middle. Gorn with the tap down towards Viney. He'll get the clearance here. Known for that. Bouncing ball towards Van Rooyen. Couldn't gather it cleanly. Aaliyah going with Sparrow, and Sparrow socketed it out of bounds. I think the umpire will pin him for deliberate or insufficient intent. So now Aaliyah wants to go long with the kick towards the wing. Marshall, good grab. Just had to get his fingers restrapped after dislocating it, and there's a great hands there. He wants to give it off to Farrell on the run. Center wing goes long with it inside the forward 50. Ollie once couldn't grab it. Hoare tapped it away. Wines did well, try to get the handball towards Finlayson, but out of bounds. Umpire throws it in again. Gorn tried to get the tap down. Petrarca just overran it. Viney fighting hard. Got the handball forward. He'll get a free kick for a high one. So he goes wide towards Petrarca. Good body. Almost took the mark. Gathered it well on the ground. Handball forward to space. Van Rooyen ran onto it nicely. Windsor, inside handball to Oliver. He's got a bit of space here, Oliver. Free kick's going to go back to Oliver. I think it was a hold to Windsor. So it'll be a 50-metre penalty here for Clayton Oliver. So what happened was, the rule is if you grab someone as they're trying to run forward, so trying to stop them from getting the next ball, what will happen is it's a downfield free kick plus the 50. Well, not a downfield, but wherever the free kick was and then 50. So a big chance here for Clayton Oliver to tighten up the scores after Port Adelaide had a great start to this one. Kicked the first 3. Big chance for Melbourne. Oliver comes in. Kicks on goal. Nice looking kick. And Melbourne have 2 in a row. So we're back in the middle. Gawn spikes the ball forward from the ruck. Neil Bullen taps it forward. Mead overran it a little. Butters went in hard there with Neil Bullen. Langdon coming through nicely. Handball inside. Miss Petrarca. Soldo did well. And now Drew. Long ball from half back to half forward. Misses Petty. Gets out the back of that. Wines. Good pick up. Marshall. Stepped one. That was classy. He goes long. And it hasn't got a good connection on it. Going back there was McDonald. Long ball towards half back. Finds Petty. So they've had to restructure their backline, Melbourne, this week. Obviously, Stephen May being out. So Petty's back there with McDonald and Lever. Dangerous kick into the middle of the ground, but he's all on his own here, Sparrow. Took a good mark. He's got Rivers with the handball. Decides to go longer than that. Inside the forward 50 to Gawn with a mismatch. Oh, that's 50, surely. Surely that's a 50. I mean, he's marked it and then he's gone into him. That's 50. That's very unlucky there for Melbourne. But a chance here for Max Gawn to get Melbourne level. Something that we wouldn't have really seen about 10 minutes ago. So after Paul kicked the first three, Gawn comes in, kicks towards goal. It's going to fade and go through for a point. So Zerk Thatcher in the defensive 50 has the football. Wants to go long with the kick, outer wing of Adelaide Oval. Towards Soldo and Gawn. Gets out the back of them. Pushing the back. Free kick will be going Melbourne's way. So McDonald will get the free kick. Still 3 minutes to go in this first quarter. Long kick from McDonald was nice. Found Langdon. So Melbourne just running the 70-metre perimeter here. Back to Rivers. Usually pretty good with the use. High ball towards Ben Brown. Played for the free and he's got it. Yeah, I mean, look, it's he's definitely played for that Ben Brown, but Aaliyah definitely looked at him as he went to push, so Ben Brown just played it pretty smart, I guess. Still absolutely played for it, Ben Brown. So he comes in about 25 metres out, slightish angle, Ben Brown, stabs at it a little, but it's straight through. And the D's are in front for the first time tonight. Soldo tried to take out of the ruck, left it behind. Little soccer forward there from Gawn. Sparrow couldn't grab it cleanly. Drew did well, stepped past a couple. Sends it inside the forward 50. Dixon in front, couldn't grab it cleanly. Little turn for Rivers was nice, but he left the ball behind. Finlayson just got the handball away, but only as far as McVie, who clears it. Long ball should be coming back. Aaliyah takes the mark. Got a bit of time here, Aaliyah, so he just works in short to Radic Aaliyah. So just over a minute and a half to play in this first quarter. High ball towards Dixon. Gawn let it out the back here. Finlayson will get there first with Petty. They met hard. Good, strong contest. McEntee handballed it out to the voice, who's broke. Can't break away from 3 tackles, especially the Viney one, and he's gone. So Viney got another head clash there, another head knock there. But he goes long down towards the wing. Radicalier spiked it out of the air. Windsor gathers it well. Handball to Neil Bullen. He goes long with the kick. One-on-one here is Cosy Pickett. Jones did well, though. Off to Rosie. Went one way, then the other. Eventually go with the handball to Jones. They can work it inside here, Port. Long kick towards half forward. Burn-Jones and McVie. McVie went back, almost took the mark. Probably should have in the end. Howes tapped it straight to Dixon. About to get dragged down there. Burn-Jones got the handball away and he'll get the free. Windsor held on. And a chance here for a late goal to Port. So now Burn-Jones. He's already got one tonight. Chance here to kick his second. Burn-Jones comes in. Hasn't got the best connection on it. Won't even make the distance. Dixon! He's just stolen that out of there. Hands were flying, and somehow Dixon comes out on top. So now Dixon, he can snap at goal here. So a tough kick here for Dixon. He snaps on goal. I think he's got it. He has. On quarter time, Port Adelaide take the lead. How you doing, Frank and Safia? So quarter time, Port Adelaide will take the lead. They lead by 5 points, 4-1-25 to the Demons, 3-2-20. How many subs are we on right now? Yeah, sorry about the stream before if anyone was watching and has jumped back in. Oh, I was at 500 before. Someone unsubbed. You dog. Oh, well. Charge on, brother. That's an annoying advert. Sorry guys, just doing something quickly. Who do you support? Sorry, yeah, I rack for Sydney. You're a Tigers fan? Oh, that's interesting. We play tomorrow. It is alright. Ow. Ooh, trying to get this fucking thing out of my tooth. Dun. You can hear your mum from across the house. Oh yeah, so she's a Port fan, is she? You from South Australia, or are you guys in Victoria? Be interesting to see what Richmond do tomorrow without Dustin Martin too. So players moving back to their position now for the second term. She is from Adelaide, but we are in Townsville. Oh, okay. So yeah, North Queensland. Yeah, that's all right. That's interesting. You're a Richmond fan. Is that weird? So second quarter about to get underway. Port Adelaide took a 5-point lead into quarter time. So back in the middle. Gawn took it out of the ruck and gets the clearance. Bouncing ball towards half forward. Viney took it well. Stepped out of trouble. Inside the 450. Good smother there coming from Drew. Pickett gives it off to Sparrow. Snapping on goal. And the D's have an early one. Good finish there from Sparrow. And the Crows... The Crows. Fuck now. I sound like fucking Carrot. Buddy, what's her face? Kelly Underwood. Fuck that up anyway. We move on. So a good start to the second term for the Demons. Solo knocks it down towards Wines, and they'll get the ball forward here, Port Adelaide. Going back with the flight. Good mark there from Marty Hoare. Where's the defense? Yeah, that wasn't very good. That threw way too easy. So Hoare wants to go long. Elia gets in front, should have marked it, hit the ground. Fighting hard there as Van Rooyen couldn't get rid of it. Chandler, tackled well by Bergman. Ball ricocheting against a couple of legs. Radicalair back to Drew. Against the grain, did well. Houston ran into a bit of space, didn't have much of a plan about it. Eventually dribbled it forward. Great work there from Port. Evans, through hands, finds Drew. He goes long. Top of the goal square. Marshall not the best position. Not the best kick, and Petty takes it. Goes to the wide-looking kick. Burton about to cut it off. Gets out the back. Billings. Worried out of it almost by Bogut. She did pretty well there, Jack Billings. She doesn't blame the umps like half the AFL fan base. Yeah, it's pretty easy cop-out. But to be fair, the umpires have been pretty shit this season. I'll give you that. Gone little tap down to Oliver. He'll kick it long towards the wing. Going back, there was Aaliyah. Ricocheted into Brennan Zerk-Thatcher's arms. He gives it back to Aaliyah. Makes it his problem. Farrell, happy to take it out of bounds. So, forward half of the wing here for Melbourne. Gawn thumps it forward only as far as Burton. Step through a couple. Handball inside, cut off by Langdon. He dragged it in there. Could be in a bit of trouble. Burton gives it off to Boak. He just jams it on the boot. Middle of the ground. Melbourne have the numbers here. Spikes it forward there, Hoare. Coming through there was Chandler. Look for the high one. He got it. Yeah, my family go for a lot of all different teams as well. He gives it off to Rivers. Low ball inside the forward 50. Misses Salem. Boak gives it off to Drew. Low ball towards Rioli. Has to get to work here, Willie. He did well. Towards the wing. Burn-Jones couldn't gather it on the bounce. Rivers off to Oliver. Almost ran himself into a bit of danger. Butters met Langdon hard, but didn't take the body. Just went for the bump, and now Melbourne can go. Billings in short to Gawn. Chandler limping off at the moment. Not good news. Switches the play now. Windsor. Probably too far out to score here, Caleb Windsor. So finds Langdon inside the forward 50. Great footy there from the Ds. Your brother and cousin, who do they go for then if they're not the irrelevant teams? I wouldn't say Port's irrelevant. I think they can do something this year. I'm Rich. Brother is GWS, sister is West Coast, mum is Port, dad is North, cousin is Sydney, aunt is St Kilda, second aunt is Hawks. Jesus Christ. Do you avoid trying to barrack for teams in your family, do you? So Langdon comes in. Kicks on goal straight through the middle. These were the first couple of the second term. They conceded a couple. I wouldn't be saying they're in trouble. I mean, they kicked the first 3 goals of the game, and Melbourne kicked the last couple. Not a good start to the second term, though. What the fuck is that on the ground there? Can't get this thing out of my fucking tooth. It's annoying me. So Melbourne get the first couple of the second term and they take the lead. Soldo try to get the tap down. Oliver, he'll get the clearance. He'll do that all day. Inside the forward 50. Good mark there from Zerk-Thatcher. Just has to take a little bit of steam out of this run from Melbourne at the moment. Back to Radicalea. And he goes across to Aaliyah, trying to just get a couple of disposals to the stat sheet here. Slow ball. Finds Jackson Mead. He wants to go dangerous kick and he gets it cut off. Good mark from Petrarca. He wants to go but just doesn't know where to go. So he goes out wide to Neil Bullen. Held the jumper a bit of Boak and it run out of bounds. Half forward for the Demons. So Gawn spikes it forward again. He's done that a lot tonight. Jones will get there first. He overran it. Couldn't grab it cleanly. Mead did really well on Gawn there. And now Gawn jumps on top of him. And it'll be a ball up. Soldo knocks it down. Oliver looking for the free. Didn't get it. Butters gave it off to Mead. He's on the run a little bit here. Just got the hands free. What do you mean holding the ball? It doesn't matter. Salem goes inside the forward 50 to Pickett. That wasn't holding the ball. I mean, he got the handball away there, Mead. But anyway, they cut it off anyway, the Demons. So, Cozzy Pickett. Shouldn't have too many problems here. For 3 quick goals early in the second term. Cozzy goes around the body. Has he got the distance on it? Oh my god. I don't think Radicalier touched that. Did he touch that? What is he doing? Oh, that's fucking an absolute lair there from Radicalier. If Radicalier just moves forward half a meter, he fucking he grabs that and they're away. Oh, that's... Look, obviously it's just accidental, but fuck me. He's got to pay more attention than that. How to spell Radicalier's name? Ratugolea. I'm pretty sure. You want to have that back, Radicalier. Let's have a look. Alright. Ratugolea. Oh, fuck, he's good. Go me. So great work there from Salem to cut off that chain there from Port. And then a good kick inside the forward 50. And Cozzy Pickett gets a little bit lucky. So back in the ruck, Solo knocks it down. Rosie tried to get the ball out. Good tackle from Petrarca. Ben Brown looks stupid looking. That's a bit mean. Shit. So back in the ruck contest now. Handball at the back. Hewson gets the ball towards half forward. Dixon Finlayson, sorry, should get there first. Just taps it forward. Did well with the body on Lever. Couldn't grab it cleanly though. Ben Brown, big bumhole. Tap down there from Solo, did well. Mead gives it off to Boak. Inside the forward 50, going up his Lever. Good mark. It's worked into the game pretty well, Jake Lever. So it goes back to Langdon. Short ball to Hoare. I think it's the hair, to be honest with you, man. I think Finlayson's hair makes him look a little bit older. Petrarca took a good mark and he wants to go. Neil Bullen sends the ball towards half forward, not the greatest kick. And Lockie Jones will gather it up. Goes towards the wing, not a good kick. Boak made it work though. Worked really hard. Great work from Travis Boak. That was over 350 games of experience there. Mead thumps it forward. McDonald gets there first. And now Petty. Low ball. And a good looking kick. Finds Rivers. Really good work there from Boak on the wing, but just messed it up. Just the kick forward wasn't the greatest, but you can't really blame him for that. He did so well beforehand. Petrarca coming through. Radicalier did well. Mead tried to get boots the ball, got it smothered. Petrarca working hard, held without it. Should get the free kick, and he does. So Petrarca gets it in the middle of the Adelaide Oval. 14 free kicks to 3 right now. If I was at Adelaide Oval right now with my brother, I don't think we'd be saying many kind words. Long ball inside the forward 50. Radicalier went up early, just couldn't mark it. Almost got the legs taken out there, Rosie. Aaliyah, he did get the legs taken out. Free kick will go to Connor Rosie. So just goes in short to find Ollie Wines. Zerk Thatcher. Short ball into the middle. Not a bad idea. Finds Houston. Now Finlayson. Usually a pretty good kick, and that's not different at all. That's a great kick. And Marshall took the mark. Yeah, a couple of them I don't think have been there. The free kick count. McDonald's. So Marshall, usually a pretty good finisher. It's going to be a hard kick from here. Went for goal. It's going to stay in bounce for the moment. Bounces out the back, and it's a stoppage inside Port Adelaide's forward 30, you would say. Dangerous big chance here for Port. Oh, fuck. Back in the ruck. Dixon, a little tap down. Tried to get it clear there. McDonald left it behind. Rioli dribbles it towards goal. That's what he's here to do. Great finish from Rioli. Opportunistic goal, but he'll take it. Opinion on Grundy at Sydney. I think he's been great for Sydney so far. Probably been a couple of games, but it was a big inclusion for Sydney. They definitely needed a ruckman, and he's been good. He's been good in his first couple of games. Back in the ruck. Gawn tapped it out the back. Missed Petrarca. Did well there, Rosie. Back to Mead. Handball towards Rosie. Got a terrible bounce. And now Petrarca can break. Handball on the outside to Chandler. Got a good bounce. Sends it inside the forward 50. Fritsch in the one-on-one. Good spoil there from Zerk Thatcher. Did pretty well. Cozzy Picker coming through. He's always dangerous around here. Snaps on goal, Cozzy! He's got too much on it. Long ball. Finlayson couldn't get the hands to it. Boat got away cleanly, did really well. Rosie tried to shake off the tackle of Billings, just got the ball away. Boak tried to get the tap down towards his teammate. Did okay, but it goes out of bounds. So back in the ruck. Comes off the head of Soldo. They'll take that. Went to Boak. Burton and then Butters. Handball through the middle. Did well. Now Port can link up. Jones wants to go long with the kick towards half forward. Standing under it there was McEntee. Couldn't really catch it in the lights. And it one's out of bounds. Just saw there Ryan Burton reaching his hamstring. It'll be interesting if they have to look at that again. He's had injuries in the past, Ryan Burton, with his hamstrings, I believe. So that will be an interesting look. Travis Boak, one of your favourite Port players. Yeah, I love how Travis Boak plays the game. Got the handball out there, Melbourne. Boak gets in hard, does really well. It's been one of Port's best so far. And now they have it out the side here to Butters. Low ball inside the forward 50 was brilliant. Good spoil from McDonald. Yeah, I thought it'd be the last year for Travis Boak last year, but he started this season pretty well. So inside Port Adelaide's forward 50. Gawn took it out of the ruck, just got the handball away on as far as Boak. From 50, Boak sets it up to the top of the goal square for the Flyers. Marshall's there, good spoil from Lever. So now Lever wants to go long with the kick down the wing. One-on-one here is Van Rooyen. Aaliyah couldn't gather it. It gets out the back. Houston has some time and space to work into here. Cuts back and does well. Finds Bergman. It's been a pretty tight game so far. Bergman cuts back inside. He wants to switch the play. Back to Travis Boak. He's been the best so far for Port. Low ball inside the forward 50 and finds McEntee. So great work from Port Adelaide. Tough kick though from here. So a tough kick for McEntee. Looks like he's going to go to the pocket. One-on-one is Finlayson. Not a very good kick. So the advantage of Lever, and he takes the mark. Yeah, that's 50 metres. Yeah, it's definitely the hair about what his age. Why he looks about 17 and about 45 at well. Yeah, it's definitely the hair. So Lever wants to go. Long ball to half forward. Fritsch and Brown are there. Gets out the back of them. Jones will get there first. Gives off the handball to Burton. Burton short little ball. McEntee can take the mark and go. Decides to hold it up. McEntee got an option in the middle of the ground. Decides to give off the handball to Burton, who kept on running. Absolute floater towards half forward, and Petty covers it off. Port Adelaide just going forward at the moment. They're not looking the greatest. They've got to fix that up. Petty goes long. Not the greatest kick. Did well Burton to bring it to ground. McEntee again had a few touches in the last few moments. Handball inside. Great little turn from Butters. Gives it off to McEntee. Out wide to Mead. He has a little bit of space here, Mead to work into. Goes long for Dixon, who gets in front. Can't drag it down, though. Lever going in hard. And it'll be a high contact free to Jake Lever. Dixon's got to be careful. He doesn't want to give away 50. I wouldn't want to be near Dixon if he's going off like that. He goes out wide to Howes, and he goes long. Cut it off well there, Houston. So Port Adelaide lock it in here. They've had their territory for the past 5 minutes. Still heaps of time in the second term, still over 8 minutes. Houston goes long. Top of the goal square for Dixon. Overrun it a little. Spoiled away. Mead stands under it. Gawn taps it away. Got a high one there, Burn-Jones. Didn't get the free kick. Drew tapped it through his legs. Rivers with the clearing ball. Free kick has been ripped out from the opposing umpire. And it will be a free kick to Burn-Jones for a high one. Your mum's met Dixon a few times. I haven't met a lot of Port players. Maybe a few. So Burn-Jones, he's got one tonight. Missed one a few moments ago. Straight in front, 30 metres out. He's left it out to the right. It fades back though! Gets it through. And Port Adelaide back to within 1 point. Wasn't the prettiest kick, but the end result's the only thing that matters. So Port Adelaide taking control in the last 10 minutes. They finally get that goal on the scoreboard, and it's 1 point. Still heaps of time in the second term as well. Gone with a tap down. Viney went unopposed, just missed him. Rosie winds. They work through hands to Houston. Long right footer. Goes long towards Dixon. And Finlayson. Dixon got hands to it, couldn't bring it down. Burn-Jones snaps on goal. Out the back is McEntee. Just missed him. And scores a level. So kick outside the goal square here from McVee. Nice little kick. He finds Petty. To Marty Hoare at half back. Goes a bit of a run towards the wing. Good kick to Ben Brown. Had to get the hands out there. So 7 minutes to go in the second term. Gordon tried to almost take it out of the ruck. Butters came through hard. Oliver did well to grab it though. Gets the ball towards the forward 50. Radicalier should get there first. Takes the contact from Lockie Jones. He's in trouble here, Radicalier. Oh, I got a bit lucky there. Is he alright? Yeah, he's alright. Just, I don't know. I think he was trying to go for the Melbourne player to bowl over, but he just bowled. He tried to get bowl over Lockie Jones. And Lockie Jones floored him. Free kick in the ruck. It will go to Soldo. So Gawn gives away the free kick. So they don't want to go down the line here. Kick it straight back to Max Gawn. So they're going to switch it. Radicalier to Jones. Long kick to halfback. Good find to Farrell. Yeah, that's true about Soldo. I'm surprised Richmond gave him up pretty easily, though. So Radicalier goes in short to Bergman. So Port Adelaide just trying to get the defensive Melbourne to move around a bit here. Bergman inside kick was really nice. Good spoil coming through from Hoare. But now Wines can go. As Burn-Jones running shotgun. Goes long with the kick. Up goes Marshall to bring it. Mead to go to ground. Did well. Langdon let it go. Should be pinned. Not paid from the umpire. And then they get a free kick for a high one. That's not great. That's a terrible decision from the umpire. That was holding the ball. So McDonald goes in short and finds Marty Hoare. Port Adelaide fans not too impressed by that. Wide kick finds Chandler. I'm still very surprised they let him go so easily, though. Long ball towards the wing. One-on-one here is Brown. 1-2 couldn't gather it in. Petrarca tried to get the handball away. Good play from Houston. Coming through hard there is Wines. Go with the handball to Jones. And now Bergman again. Drives it back towards the forward 50. Forward deep there was Finlayson. Brought it to ground. Oliver tapped it towards Hoare. Burn-Jones fighting in hard. May have got a high one. Not paid. Now Hoare. Missed Chandler. Did really well there. Connor Rosie. And knocks it out of bounds. So back in the ruck. Gawn little tap down. Butters got the handball out to Boak. Got it knocked out of his hands from Neil Bullen. Did well with the soccer at forward. Now Drew. Up and under ball. Who can get under this one? Just couldn't mark it there. Finlayson. McDonald. Handballs it out wide to Howes. He's got a little bit of time. Kicks the ball down the wing. Jones sits under it. Oh, should have taken the mark. Dropped the sitter. Now they've got to work through this one. Port. Soldo. Off to Butters. Brilliant looking kick. Mead goes up. Strong hands. Mead gives it off to Houston. The rocket fires. Bang! Houston goes from 50 and Porter in front. Great finish from Dan Houston. Any teams you hate? Well, my family, even though they all go for different teams, they're all haters of the Crows. Well, not haters of the Crows. Well, yeah, haters of the Crows. So, they're probably the only team, and Collingwood. Probably what I would say. I don't know if I hate the Crows as much as I used to, though. Because my wife's... well, no, she's not a football fan, but her dad's a Crows fan, so... A lot of my friends are Crows fans, too, but... If I had to pick a team that I dislike the most, it would be the Crows. So Port Adelaide back in front after a strong start to the second term from Melbourne. Port Adelaide have got themselves back in front. Handball out the back from Soldo. Working it forward here to Port. Did really well. Wines off to Houston again. Goes inside the forward 50. Not the best kick for Marshall. Has to make him run for it. Couldn't gather it on the first attempt. In the second attempt, he knocks it out. Collingwood fans are actually chill. Yeah, their team is annoying, though. You hate Essendon and Carlton. After Essendon last week with that Essendon Edge crap, I didn't really like Essendon too much. But the way they played this week was actually quite good. I thought that was the Essendon Edge, whatever the fuck they want to call it, was actually a good performance. Well, the second half was anyway. Petrarca gets it out towards Oliver. Now Salem just jams it on the left boot towards the wing for the Flyers. Van Rooyen from a couple deep. Couldn't bring it down. Brown did well. Petrarca let it go. Now Houston wrapped up by Petrarca. Going to be a ball up. 3.5 minutes to play in this second term. Port Adelaide by a goal. 2012-2013. Was that the drug years? I'm pretty sure, wasn't it? Neil Bullen works it inside. Dangerous kick. Boak cuts it off. They can make it pay here, Port. Boak, little handball to Burn Jones. Long ball towards the 50. Rioli, but to push in the back. So McVee will get the free. So McVee works it wide to Salem. So now Salem takes his time and goes long with the kick. One-on-one is Ben Brown and Radicalier. Radicalier did well, knocks it out of bounds. From the ruck, Gorn got it out well. Neil Bullen off to Petrarca. Inside the forward, 50. Radicalier in the spot, did well. Goes out wide. Boak again. He's had a brilliant first half, Travis Boak. Gets a few cheers around the ground. Go live in 20 minutes, man. Oh, good luck. Have a good stream. Wide ball, good kick. Should have marked that one there, Lockie Jones. Dropped a couple of sitters today. Gets on the right boot. High ball towards the wing. Sold on a one-on-one. Neither could get there. Bounces, gives the chance for Salem. Just thumps it forward. Petrarca did well now. Fritsch gives it to Neil Bullen, who's immediately about to get dragged down. Did really well, Neil Bullen. Gives it off to Viney. The milestone man. Steps one. Snaps on goal. There's your highlight, Jack Viney. Great finish from Jack Viney in his 200th, and he nails the goal. I think Sydney will win. I have tipped them. So back in the ruck now. Both ruckmen miss it. Maybe a block will go to Soldo. So a chance here late for Port. Soldo wants to go. Came off the boot a bit awkwardly. Long ball. Lever did well. Took a good mark. Try to get the ball outside the defensive 50-50 with a terrible kick. Houston did well. Burn Jones had a good second term. Off to Wines. Has a little bit more time than he needed. Now to Dixon. Raking left handball back to Soldo. Short little kick was nice. And he finds Jackson Mead. Brilliant first half from Jackson. He wants to keep on going. Short little ball, not the greatest. And Neil Bullen cuts it off. It's more like how much Sydney will win by. Let's be real. I'll be interested to see how Richmond go. I'm gonna be honest with you, because they'll be without Dustin Martin. Richmond haven't lost a lot. Well, the last two games, they haven't lost by a lot. They've actually done really well for the majority of it. Elia with a kick inside. Not the greatest kick. Butters has to track it down. Got a high one, though, from Pickett. So Butters gets the free kick in the middle of the Adelaide Oval with a minute to play. Short little kick was nice. Found Houston. A little bit too far out to score, you would say, from Houston here. Long ball to the top of the goal square. Gone in front. Good hands. Yeah, I agree. We're not so much not focusing on winning, but you're definitely working on trying to get the young players through and get some experience. Richmond had their 4 or 5 good years, you know. Long kick towards Sparrow. Should have marked it. Let it go. Aaliyah fighting hard. Good tackle. That's a throw. Oh, bro. Oh, bro. Van Rooyen with the kick wasn't the greatest. Radicalier cuts it off. Late chance here for Port. He wants to go. Just sends it back in. High ball. Who's up there? Soldo couldn't bring it down. Neil Bullen got the handball away. Drew's there. 8 seconds to play. Gets dragged down over the boundary line. And with 6 seconds. Late chance here for Port. Maybe if they get a clean clearance. So see if Ford can get one late here. Umpire throws it in from the ruck. Dixon takes it out of the ruck, just handballs it forward. It'll go out of bounds. And that should be the half-time siren. Sydney haven't lost a game yet this season. So a really contested second term. Melbourne dominated the early moments of it. They kicked 3 straight goals. Port Adelaide fought back. And at half-time, it is all square at the Adelaide Oval. 7-3-45 to Port Adelaide. 7-3-45 to the Demons. Alright guys, we'll be back in about 15-20 minutes or so with the second half. G'day guys, welcome back. New episode of the Bounty Riders. Now, I don't know if he's going to... Now, there's break through the Coles this week, or so far this week. This is obviously Monday. But I think they're going to respond here. I think that the Swans have called them out quite a lot. What?
So what, you're going to think they're going to play even dirtier? So how many more people are going to get suspended this week?
No, I think they're going to be more controlled with their aggression. That's what I kind of was inkling at. They're going to be a lot more controlled in their aggression, a lot more onto the ball. And I think St Kilda, we have seen in the past, and this has been St Kilda for years now, as soon as they get under pressure, they start to immediately play their game of overhand balling to cause them turnover. So yeah. I think this is what's going to happen. I think Essendon are going to put so much pressure on the ball for the game that St Kilda are going to capitulate, and Essendon will go on and win this game. I think Peter Wright will be a huge out. Jake Stringer, this is his contract year, so he's in for a 50-goal season.
Yeah, he'll perform with the extra couple of years.
Yeah, extra year or two. But I think Kyle Langford, he had a pretty down week against Sydney. I think he'll be good this week. And they'll bring back Harry Jones for Essendon. And I think, I think that they will struggle to kick goals, but I just think that St Kilda will cause enough turnover here. I think Essendon will respond with a lot more controlled aggression on the ball rather than the player. And I think they can go on and win this game. That's kind of the reasoning why I've gone with Essendon. Do you understand where I've kind of come from?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So that's really all the tips we've got for this week, guys. So let's move on now, and we'll move to our AFL fantasy review. So looking at my score for this week, it wasn't the greatest. It was 1,729, which... Look, on the scheme of things, it's not the greatest, but there was a couple of players. This was like the first of the bye weeks. Yeah. So obviously Brisbane and Carlton had the bye. I only had the one player out. It was Zach Williams on for like the byes. And I didn't have any Brisbane players. So luckily that was okay, but I just got shit on by injury here. I had Nick Caulfield. I brought him into the team. That was so stupid. I changed my trade late. So if you watched the trade review last week in the podcast, you obviously know that I didn't have Nick Caulfield. I didn't bring him in. The only reason why I changed my trade is because Marty Hoare, who I did bring in, was called as the sub for Melbourne. So I was able to reverse that trade. Might as well have gone with Marty Hoare because he got 33 in the end, which was a lot better. But so Nick Caulfield obviously scored 2. But that was pretty damning. At my forward line, though, because I had to bring Jackson Mead into the forward line last week because of the introduction to get Riley Bonner. My forward line had not a lot going with it. Other than Sam Flanders right now, who's averaging over 80, no other one of my forwards are averaging over 80. Now, it's not exactly easy to pick a forward line this year. I will say that. Isaac Heaney's basically the only one who's like dominating.
Oh, Luke Jackson's playing, alright.
Yeah, but what I meant by that is like it's very hard to pick a forward line this year because I feel like when Darcy comes back, I can't pick up Jackson's just not going to get that spot.
Yeah.
I just struggle to pick him up. But because of that, my forward line is not doing that well. James Jordan had a pretty good game for the Swans, but it's only got 76 points, which was my second highest score in the forward line, which, isn't the worst looking at a lot of teams' forward lines, but it's just not good enough at this stage. And the introduction of Riley Bonner was a huge mistake. Look, it wasn't that much better than me. I was going to go with Archie Perkins. He only scored 65 in the end, so that would have been a 4-point difference. But Bonner only scored 61.
Well, didn't you see it coming with Sinclair coming back in?
Well, I don't think it was Sinclair, because I think he played a lot more midfield. He played a little bit of halfback, but I think the main reason was because of Wanganeen Miller.
Yeah.
He had such a good game. So, yeah, the unfortunate thing is, though, I can't get rid of him. He did go up in price. He went up by 30k, Riley Bonner. So that's not the worst. I'll take that. But on the fact that it wasn't good enough for my points for the team, it's just unfortunate. Good performance from it's an okay performance from Bontempelli, 104. I'll take that. But at the end of the day, this is a guy who I was expecting to be averaging 110, and he hasn't broken that yet.
Yeah.
So he's obviously not going anywhere, but it's still not a good start from him, really.
Tom Green, he's been my best, and I think if you don't have Tom Green, you're very unlucky you've started. I don't know why you wouldn't have picked it, unless you got Caleb Sarong. That's basically the only one I would give you a pass for.
Yeah, that's the only other. Yeah.
Yeah, Nick Dacos, shocker. We already talked about that in the review bit or whatever. Hayden Young didn't have a best game. I did have a good game with Elliot Yeo. He had scored 98, so I'll take that. But overall, just a little bit of a poor week for me. And also, Matt Roberts, I got to put in the team. I put him in this week because I had to, because a couple of players are out with subs, but buys and whatever. But yeah, in the end of the day, wasn't the best week. 1,729 is not one to much write home about. I did obviously lose the Caulfield score because you only get 18 players scored in the end. So looking over to the league, obviously we do have the AFL Fantasy League and basically the same prize as you do with the tipping comp. I lost again.
A good start.
Not a very good start. I talked myself up all the way through the off-season about how decent I am at AFL Fantasy anyway. To be fair, the guy I lost to is currently second, so I'm not exactly doing that poorly. You're sitting on third. You're doing pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm currently sitting in 15th spot. So right now, I'm just on the brink of playing the stupid finals at the end of the year. You know when you play,
you play
between the back end finals.
The loser finals.
Yeah, the loser finals. So I'm currently 0-2. Poor start for me. I'm actually not even scoring that high either. So
What rank are you?
my rank currently is 43,729.
So you can kiss away the car.
Damn it, I missed out on my car. Damn it. I thought I had it this year, definitely.
Yeah. Were you a break? You were going to do well.
Yeah, I've already sold my car. I thought I had it. But no, unfortunately, don't have that. So we move into my trades for this week. So this week I've basically gone with, I have to start generating some money to then get some big money players to get some of these mid-price players out. Because the mid-price players that I went with, the likes of, not so much Mead, but Mead was one of the lower ones. I have to try and get rid of. Riley Bonner, really big mistake. I'm going to have to get rid of that one pretty quickly. And there's just a couple of others. There's not a lot of price generation going on my bench other than Howes, really, which I've had to kind of bring into my team now. Matt Roberts as well. The reserves I picked probably wasn't the greatest either because Jai Clark hasn't done a lot.
Yeah.
He's done okay. Well, he's not even done really okay. But Lazaro hasn't done that much. Windsor hasn't done a lot. Cadman's probably been one of my better performers. But I was thinking Windsor was going to be a big price money getter, and he hasn't really done a lot. And Darcy Wilson as well. I thought he was going to be a little bit better. He hasn't done a lot.
Well, he played. I watched the St Kilda game. He played one good quarter, and he got like 37, and he scored 56. It's like 19 in the other 2 quarters. The 3 quarters. Like, come on.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping for better. So what I've done is I've got rid of Alex Sexton. I think the first 2 weeks have kind of proven to me that it's not going to be him that's going to be getting a lot of those touches. I feel like it's going to be the other guys. So I've got rid of Alex Sexton. I've picked up Jeremy Sharp. I feel like Jeremy Sharp, his first 2 weeks, he's got over 70. So I have to bring him in.
Oh, yeah, right. You didn't
I got rid of him because I picked up someone else in the midfield. I can't remember who it was at the start of the year. I could scroll back, but it's too long. Anyway, so I got rid of Sexton for Sharp. So that's given me a bit of cash. And the other trade that I've done is I've got rid of Nick Caulfield. He's not going to play for a couple of weeks. That was a quick in and out for him.
Yeah.
And at the moment, I've picked Ari Schoenmaker. Now, I don't know if he's going to need a game this week, so this may change. But in the VFL, I think it was the practice game, or was it the regular VFL season starting? Whatever it was, he had 31 touches in the game. He was a pretty big performance from him. And I think that he's going to get a pretty early game for the Saints. May not be this week, but I may even keep it as him because I do think he's going to get a debut pretty quickly.
Yeah, and he is base price at 200.
Yeah, he's base price at 200. So right now, that's given me 256k in the salary right now. So in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be starting to trade out some players, see where I go. Probably Riley Bonner, Jackson Mead are the next couple of players I'm looking to get rid of right now. And yeah, that's kind of where I'm looking at right now. With the buys this week, I've had to take Flanders, Miller, Tom Green out of the team. So who are in my regular 22. I've had to take them into the bench. I've been able to bring... So luckily, I still have a full 22 this week.
Yeah.
So Charlie Lazaro's came into the team. Jeremy Sharp, Matt Roberts are into the team as well. So I don't have too many issues on that front. And this week, I'm going up against... I think it's Cardman. It is. So this is one of the YouTubers. Cardman, I'm sure you guys know if you watch AFL YouTube. Got like 32,000 subscribers. I think I got up against him this week. Yeah, I do. So he's 1-on-1 at the moment. So... hopefully I can break back and win this week. Like we've mentioned a few times, this is a bye week, so only the top 18 scores will be counted. The last couple or whatever, Your lowest scores after 18 will be taken out.
Who did you pick as your VC and captain this week?
So this week, my VC has gone to Nick Dacos at this stage. That will probably change to... Actually, I'm going to change that one right now. I'm going to make Harry Sheaves my vice. And my captain for this week is Marcus Bontempelli because they're playing against the West Coast Eagles, and I think he'll have a big game.
You just picked the same as me now.
So at the moment, you've copied me. You must
No.
have to. Anyway, that's kind of where I'm looking at this week. Let's move into your review.
All right. Well, it was a pretty poor week, I'd say. I got 1806.
Oh, pretty poor week. It's nearly 100 more than me.
Yeah, well.
Oh, pretty poor.
Well, my team's better, I guess.
Yeah, hopefully you're okay.
Basically, last week, it was just basically that my forward line was so poor. Like I said, like with you, 87 was the highest from Flanders. I kept Fisher, who got 85.
Yeah, that was dumb for me.
And then, then the next person was Jordan with 76. The lowest was still Sexton with 49.
He went forward in the last quarter, for people are wondering, because they had to try something new, but that didn't work.
No, and to be honest, like I said, him, Dacos getting a 61, and I got a lot of 70s. That's what was really poor about this week. Yeah. And a lot of the... I had Roberts on my bench, which was unlucky to have him. And then rookies just aren't scoring at the moment, really.
Right now, when round 6 comes around, Matt Roberts probably goes to defence. He's having a pretty good start to the season. He may well just slot straight into
defence. And he's getting
defense.
a lot of junk score, like a lot of marks and kicks.
They're going to him a lot more for Sydney. I've noticed watching the Swans games. They're using him quite a lot more than Jake Lloyd. So that's a very...
I've seen that, yeah.
You know, if you no one would not have him at this point. But yeah, it's been very interesting for Matt Roberts, development.
Well, he's at 41% owned, so...
That's not even that high.
No.
You'd think it'd be more than that.
No, well, when you look at it, like, Harley Reid's at 83%.
Oh,
yeah.
And Harley Reid hasn't done that well.
No.
So...
yeah, so you're looking at it. I did pick the right captain again. I kept it at Tom Green. I think that was obvious against the Eagles.
Yeah.
120, 240. Zach Butters again 117. Harry Shieldsall 121. Getting really annoyed at Luke Davis-Uniacke.
Yeah, he's been one for me too. But I've got way too many more issues.
Yeah, and like a player that should be nailing over 100 has not got one yet. 98 and 96. It's like everyone without Jai Simpkin the first week, you think he would perform. Last week with him in the team, you think he'd perform again, but he seems to just be getting a lot of poor score at the moment. Gawn, he started slow against Hawthorn, but
he worked into it. He got 107, so
you take it. Brody Grundy came back into form, I thought, after his first week of first round one. Yeah.
I think it's interesting. I was looking at that and I was thinking maybe I'd get Cherry, but the thing is, even if I got Cherry now, he's got 200, so that is the point. Maybe I'll get him when Sydney have their bye, or Melbourne have their bye. But at this point, Cherry's almost the same price, and at this point, I'm thinking they're going to average pretty similar.
Yeah.
So that is if the bye Brody Grundy or Max Gawn at their buys aren't doing that well, I may consider going to Cherry. But at this point, I'm kind of just thinking, unless you started with him, there's not really a point trading him in.
Yeah. So going to my league, I did win. I won by 9 points last week. I was a little bit scared because the guy I played lead had Caulfield. He got a 2, so obviously that was going to get cut out because only top 18 scores count. So I was like, oh fuck, he might actually win this week. And luckily he picked Bontempelli as his captain, which I was so happy about.
Well, that would have been the difference. If he would have had Tom Green, didn't he?
No, he didn't actually.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so I was just lucky on that point, that front. If we go to so I'm in 3rd at the moment in the league, so happy about that. Coming up against next week is that's not right, is it? So next week I'm playing the 6th position. So I'm pretty sure I'm gonna lose this week. Because obviously with the buys of the Gold Coast and Jerry West, I'm losing a Sexton, Green, Flanders and Took Miller.
Yeah.
Which I'm not happy about.
So let's get to your trades. What have you got this week?
So my trades so far, I got rid of Charlie Dean and I got Maker from St Kilda.
Yeah.
Just for the extra cash. And I need some more cash because there's just no coin generation. So yes, the 290 plus scores, but I got rid of Luke Davis-Uniacke because my team's that good at the moment that I can do that. And I decided to get Matt Crouch because he's still under 800k and he's averaging 110.
He's got 200s in his first 2 games, so he's done really well. That was Matt Crouch is an interesting player that I've been looking at for the last few weeks, and it's just been I don't have the luxury of doing that yet. I've got to do some major turning points now.
Luckily for me, the injuries haven't hit me at the moment.
Yeah, well, I picked up Zach Reid at the start of the season. He got injured. Nick Caulfield got injured as well.
Josh
Gibkiss as well. I think the 3 major fantasy favourite players that have been injured have been mine.
Yeah.
So the last few years I haven't had that issue, but this year I've just hit the roadblock. So that's been something that I've had to really focus on.
I was either thinking Matt Crouch or Jack Steele because they're both averaging the same, but obviously with the fact is that he's so much cheaper, it's given me 125k in the bank.
Yeah.
So next week, because I think someone like a Sexton, who was annoying me, is getting less than 70 as a player at less than 500k needs to generate cash, and he's just not doing that. So I just need to generate some cash coming in to gather around when every team plays again next week. Yeah, maybe that will help me out. And I did lose rank obviously because it's such a poor week. I'm still in the top 10,000, 8,503. So,
oh god, this is embarrassing. All right, guys, it's going to be a long podcast this week, but I'm sure you guys would love to hear our beautiful baritones. And we get to the fan favourite segment because it's my favourite segment, the flog of the week. We are back with another one. Woohoo! Oh yeah! On TikTok, we've been putting a nice little Mario sound effect at the start. I think it's pretty sick. Anyway, last few weeks we've been giving out the flog of the week. We got Mason Cox a couple of weeks ago. Last week was a couple of journalists who were making up some fake trade rumours and all that sort of stuff. This week it's another journalist, but they were too scared to put their name to the journalist, to the article. So it's going to the news publication Perth Now. So in the Western Australian, they have posted Harley Reid about 40 times, or 34 or 35 times in the space of about 40 days or something. Absolutely ridiculous. They can't leave this bastard alone. I feel sorry for him.
Yeah.
Anyway, so most of it is about how good Harley Reid will be, or or he's too overhyped, or all this sort of stuff.
So they might put him in the paper if he's too overhyped.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Anyway, obviously, he's got so much hype around Harley Reid, and I get it. He's obviously had a lot of stuff over his under 18s, and look, the start of his career hasn't been he's had 2 games, so who cares? He's obviously this guy has played 2 games of AFL football, so let's just give the guy a rest. But Perth Now thought that they would jump into his personal life and take a couple of screenshots basically and blow it out to a fucking huge news story.
Yeah.
So Perth Now are reporting a massive story about Harley Reid. Harley Reid is off the market after West Coast young gun seen sharing a kiss with Carlton's Yasmin Dersma in the rooms. Oh my god, leave the bastard alone.
Yeah.
We don't need to know about Harley Reid's personal life. I don't care. You don't care.
No.
The West Coast Eagles public don't care. No one gives a fuck.
No.
So, you don't need to report on this cunt's life. Okay? The guy is already under pressure as it is because he's played 2 games of football and you guys have been putting so much pressure on him. It's not as similar. I don't know how much they went into Ben Cousins because I don't live in Western Australia, but a lot of people are saying that this is very similar to how Ben Cousins was reported, and we know how his career went.
Yeah.
We don't want another career to go like that. We want this guy to be a massive player in years to come. And I understand that there's only 2 clubs in Western Australia, and it is kind of similar here, that if we had a player at this calibre here in South Australia, there would probably be, I don't know if it would be this much reporting, but it would be a lot about it. But to the point now where they are making up, this is like Entertainment Tonight with paparazzi reporting, Harley Reid, TikTok superstar, is dating Yasmin Dersma. Oh my god. We need to talk about this in the news. Who cares?
Yeah.
If the guy's single, if the guy's married, if the guy is gay, if the guy is asexual. Alrighty guys, we're back for the second half now. Wrong one.
So the players just going back to the positions now. Levels are all square at half time. But a big opportunity for both sides. Both teams can get their third win of the season tonight. Massive for both teams. Hey, Brendan, I saw you from the stream earlier. Sorry it cut out before. Fucking my power... No, not my power, just the computer just went out. I don't know why. Thought maybe one of my cats walked past and knocked it out, but that's not the case. Anyway, guys, third quarter is about to begin. Umpire bounces it down. Here we go. Gone with the tap down. Oliver couldn't get away. A clean handball. Winds out the back to Butters. Short little kick was nice. Found Drew. And Port Adelaide want the first inside 50. Goes long for Dixon and Marshall. They're both getting each other's way a little bit. Rivers just got the hands clean away. Rosie off to Rioli. Back towards Bergman. Snapping ball towards goal. Top of the goal square is Lever. At least them back. Yeah, cheers, man. So now Rivers wants to get out of the defensive 50. Just reached for it there, Newball, and took a good mark. Short ball to Windsor. So I think was it you, man, who's leading the tipping comp at the moment? You're doing a good job. Long ball down the wing. Good cut off there from Lockie Jones. Pretty sure it was you. I saw Brendan on top, Brendan S. So I'm pretty sure, I'm 99% sure that's you. Anyway, long ball towards half forward. Dixon gets in front. Good spoil from Rivers. Taps it towards Houston. Out the back towards Butters. Had a pretty quiet first half. Butters needs to work into the game. Handball over the top to McEntee. Great dance step. Top of the goal square here for Rioli. Hoare gets in the front spot. Did really well there, Marty Hoare. Langdon taps it to some space. Keeps his feet. Did really well there, Langdon. Great work from the Demons. And now they can go off half back. Chandler has some space. Goes long with the kick. Aaliyah was almost held. In fact, he was held. So Aaliyah will get the free kick on the wing outer side. So it looks like Harris and Petty may have actually gone forward here. Bit surprising. I thought Melbourne looked pretty potent up forward in the first half, but they decided to chuck him forward. Yeah, good job, man. I've actually got a good amount of tips this week, though, so I'm doing pretty well. Dixon gets up. Strong hands. He wants to go. Wheels around. Short little ball inside 50 wasn't the greatest. Cut off by Lever. Couple of entries inside forward 50 today for Port. Haven't been the greatest. So now Lever wants to go. Tries to exit the back 50. Good work from Aaliyah. He's done well so far. Aaliyah goes in short. Finds Ollie Wines. So Ollie Wines wants to go into the pocket. Bergman in one-on-one. Good strong play. Then let the ball go. And it'll be a free kick to Bergman. So I think Marty Hoare got him a bit high. And a chance here for Port to take the lead early in the third. Bergman should have really marked that. He did really well with the body work and then got a bit lucky there with Marty Hoare giving away the free kick. So Bergman, a chance here to give Port Adelaide the lead back. 45-degree angle, about 50 metres out, hooks it. It's still in bounds for the moment. Gawn gets the clearing ball. It's dangerous. Mead should get there first. Got a terrible bounce. McEntee slapped it towards Rioli. Just couldn't get there. Oh, they don't know if they've crossed the line. Ooh, it's close. Nah, it's not there. See, now I think that doesn't need to be reviewed like score review like that. They surely could do that in the arc thing. And if it did go through for a point, then they just reverse it in the next play. Like that. Anyway, so for all that review, didn't go through for a point. So still the same scores. Ooh. Anyway. Back in the ruck. Gawn knocks it down. Wines good gather. The kick goes the perimeter of the 50 in a dangerous position here if Melbourne can counter. Good tackle from Bergman on Langdon though. And it's a ball up. Awkward kick there from Wines. If that got turned over, Melbourne could have just slingshot straight down the other end. So back in the ruck, though. Tap down from Gawn. Rosie got it quickly onto the boot. Didn't go too far, though. Houston slaps it forward. McEntee back to Houston. Had to reach for it. Gets dragged down well by Billings. Oh, in fact, it's Viney, sorry. So back in the ruck. Dixon, a little tap down. Fighting hard there was McEntee. Couldn't gather it cleanly. Good tackle. Another stoppage here. So another couple of repeat stoppages in this third term. They had this a lot in the first. Gone, little tap down to Oliver. Probably got a high one. Wasn't paid. Neil Bullen. In a bit of trouble here, Neil Bullen. And it's another stoppage. The Butters has definitely lifted in this third term. Had a pretty quiet first half. Dixon taps it down. Rivers gets it outside the defensive 50 for the moment. It runs towards the boundary line. Ben Brown should get there and it'll go out of bounds. Oops. It's back in the ruck here. Soldo tries to spike it forward. Couldn't get a clean contact. And now Viney with the clearance. Towards the forward 50. Aaliyah couldn't gather it cleanly. Did well to keep it in front though. Radicalea did well to get it out wide. Find Butters. Went one way then the other. Inside handball was really nice. Radicalea. Free kick's been called. So free kick downfield here for Port. So Radicalea will take it. Gives it back to Butters. They want to work it inside here. Port. Good kick to Burton. He had Lockie Jones in short. Where he goes is now. No, Butters going to cut it off. Probably a good option. Goes in short. Dangerous kick and he's cut it off. Awkward play there from Port. Now the Demons can counter. Salem gives it out to Langdon. Cozzy Pickett got a terrible handball from Langdon. So they have to slow down a little bit here. Oliver. Little snap kick inside to Rivers and they can work it up again. Short little kick to Viney. Wasn't 15. He's about to get in trouble. Rosie drags him down. Just got the hands free. Bergman inside handball to Drew. And now Butters. They've got the options here. Port on the counter. Here they go. Marshall has a couple of options long. One of them is Rioli at the back. He can run in. He can get a big goal here, Rioli. Beat Judd McVie. And he nails them through. Port in front. Did really well there, Port Adelaide. Looked like Melbourne were about to counter, but then a good tackle on the wing there. Stopped that play really quick. And then Port Adelaide go down the other end, kick a quick goal. Good decision from the umpire too. The amount of times they just pay that's 15 when it wasn't. At least he called that. So we're back in the middle. Port get the first goal of the second half. Soldo knocks it down towards Drew. Couldn't gather it cleanly. Viney will get the clearance. Short little ball out wide. Isn't the greatest. Has to make Billings track it down and it's out of his grasp. So, first 5 minutes of the third quarter's been pretty contested. Port Adelaide have the only goal of it. Looks like Willem Drew's going to continue his role on Jack Viney. I think Jack won that in the first half. Both ruckmen miss it. Gets out the back to Chandler. Burton tries to rip it out of there. Did really well. Wines out to Rosie. Gets on his little dance steps. Keeps on moving. Trying to get Sparrow to wrong foot it. Goes with a long kick towards the wing. Gets at the back of McDonald and Dixon. McDonald couldn't gather it. Dixon did well to soccer it forward to space. Marshall trying to get there. Good work from Lever. Threw that away. And he got pinned for it too. Great pressure from Port. So Marshall now. Got a couple of options inside. One of them is Rioli. Probably led a little bit too early. So he's going to go long towards Dixon. Rivers goes up, did well. And thumped it 15 rows back. Definitely a good decision from the umpire. That was a throw. So here we go. Port Adelaide are really dangerous in this situation. Rioli, Butters, Burn Jones, really dangerous running around here. Rosie as well. from the tap down. Dixon knocks it front. Butters comes through. Just left the ball behind. Rioli taps it out towards Howes. Good tackle from Mead. Drew off to Burne-Jones. Now Rioli ducked the head. And he got the free as well. Little bit lucky there, Willie Rioli. Definitely dropped the shoulder. So Rioli's got a couple tonight. Probably hasn't lived up to the hype that he really came into this club with. But a big opportunity here to get his third goal of the night. Give Port Adelaide a good lead early in the third term. Tough kick though. Rioli comes in. It's going to come back. Probably not enough though. On the line, it's fisted through. So now Rivers goes long towards the commentary side wing. Good spoil there from Radically. Had a pretty good night tonight. Rioli happy to have scored it over the boundary. Port Adelaide dominating the third term so far. Already have 7 inside 50s. Melbourne yet to get it in there. Both Ruckman miss it. It gets out the back to Boak. Big opportunity to get it in for. Good smother coming through there for Melbourne. Spiked it away only as far as Jones. He gets it back inside the forward 50 for Dixon. Great hands from Charlie. Chance here for Port to get out to a 13-point lead. Great hand from Dixon. Great early body work on McDonald. Pushed him out of the way and took a really good mark too. So here comes Dixon. On the runway. Kicks towards goal. It's coming back. It's hit the post. So a couple of opportunities for Port go begging. So now Salem taking the kicking duties. Goes out wide to Van Rooyen. Had a pretty quiet night so far. He goes long for Langdon in a one-on-one. Got in front. In fact, it's Fritsch. Good effort. He wanting to go here. Fritsch has only got the one tonight, been pretty quiet. Goes inside the forward 50s to the leader. Brown. Great spoil for Radicalea. Brought him to the club for that. He's had a brilliant night so far, Asava. He's had 12 touches, taken 8 marks, and that was a great spoil there. Got the long arms, Radicalea, and he needed every inch of that arm right there to get that one out of bounds. Soldo knocking it down. Butters couldn't grab it cleanly. Soldo did okay. Petrarca holds him up. Tap towards Langdon. Got boot to ball. Won't be 15. Butters in air. Handball. Not bad at all. Houston went with the fend and left the ball behind. Sparrow sees it out of bounds. So just over 11 and a half minutes to play in this third quarter. Port Adelaide have been pretty dominant so far, but only have a goal to show for it. We even saw today St Kilda dominated the majority of the first half against Essendon and then got overrun. Neil Bullen, long ball to the top of the goal square. Free kick's been ripped out. It's going to go Port Adelaide's way. So Rosie will take the free kick. So Rosie wants to go. Sends the ball long. Gawn is there. Going back. Gets out the back of him. They have the numbers here, Port. Finlayson broke the tackle brilliantly. Long left footer. Goes long for a 2-on-1 in Melbourne's favour. Lever did well with the spoil. Howes goes to ground. Got the handball back to Lever. And Melbourne can relieve through Salem. Do pretty well there, Melbourne. Sparrow. Out wide. And now Billings. Goes out wide to Chandler. Terrible kick, though. Missed him by a mile and it runs out of bounds. So the umpire reaps it back in. Gordon got a little tap down. Mead should get there first. Got a terrible bounce. Met it hard there with Sparrow. And Mead tracks him over the line. So right in front of the Port Adelaide interchange gate. Gorn with the tap down. Petrarca working really hard. Got to kick away somehow. Neil Bullen gets it forward here. Van Rooyen got pushed out of it a bit too easily there. Radicalier did really well on Ben Brown. Picked it up nicely. Asava. Handball over towards Alier. And Alier having to sit out of bounds. Loving the game of Radicalier so far. Had a couple of important moments in this third term already. So Butters working into the game in the third quarter as well. Port Adelaide are lifting. Melbourne need to match it if they want to stay in this one. Soldo, a little tap off his back. Neil Bullen turned the 360, just got the handball away. Burn-Jones couldn't gather it. Salem tried to step Houston. You're not going to be able to do that easily. Just got the handball away. Butters tackled well by Chandler. Let it go. Pickett sits on it a little, taps it away to Salem, just gets it off the ground towards the pocket. And I think Melbourne will take that. Still 10 minutes to go in the third quarter. So Melbourne working their way back into it the past few minutes. Gorn tapped it down. Drew tries to get a clearing ball. Only throws Neil Bullen. He'll take the mark. Went about 20 metres that kick, so that's more than enough. So Neil Bullen always finds himself with a goal. Oh, look at that security guard. Look at the glasses, bro. Interesting look. Hopefully he's faster than that other guy last week. So Neil Bullen runs a bit of an arc. Goes long towards goal. It fades back just enough. Big goal for the D's. Back to within 2 points. So after all of Port Adelaide's dominance in this quarter, they've only got the one goal to show for it. And Melbourne raise the lead back to 2 points. As soon as he got rid of that, Drew, he knew he stuffed up. So back in the middle of the ground, Soldo gets the tap. Petrarca running through, left the ball behind. Soldo did well. Clearing ball towards 50. Butters lets it go at the back of him. Finlayson tried to keep it in front. Lever did well. Rivers out to Howes. And now Marty Hoare. Got it on the left boot. It's going to go on the full. No, Boak will keep it in, but he takes the mark. Probably went out anyway. Oh, so it was touched off the boot. So I'll be out of bounds. They got a bit lucky there, Melbourne. Can't wait to see what Cocaine Corn says in the round so far. I'd rather not listen to him, to be honest. Little tap down from Gorn. Did well there. Butters got it out. Boak off to Wines. Has a bit of space here, Ollie. Long ball to the top of the goal square. Lever all over that one. He wanted to give off the handball lever, but probably thought better of it. The kick outside the defensive 50 is dangerous. Billings did okay to keep it in front. Good tackle from Farrell. Windsor been pretty quiet. Mead did brilliantly. Handball out. Neil Bullen did well to block it. Bergman gets tackled well. Right on the Port Adelaide 50. About 45-degree angle here. Jackson Mead's had a good game as well for Port. Had a good pre-season, had a quiet first couple of games, but really playing well so far. Houston steps through a couple. Handballs it to the chest of Drew. Bergman coming through well, gives it back to Drew, sends a high ball back inside. Hoare went up, couldn't bring it with him. Now Rivers has a bit of space to work into. Dangerous handball to Chandler. Handballs it to Viney, makes it his problem. Immediately gets dragged down. And right at true centre half forward, the ball is now for Port. Port Adelaide have definitely lifted the pressure in this third quarter, but only one goal each. Good toughness from Wines. Back out to Houston. He thumps the long ball down Houston. And it's just on the right-hand side. So McVee will take the kick in here. High and long ball towards the commentary side. Bergman gets up, couldn't bring it down. Billings just got the hands free. Viney, good play from Soldo. Windsor coming through, did really well, the young man. Handball inside. Rivers couldn't gather it cleanly. Port come with the pressure. Rivers got the handball away. Great turn from Windsor. Handball wasn't the greatest though. Now Port Adelaide can recover. Houston, great tackle from Neil Bullen. Should be pinned. And he does. So great work there from the Demons to recover that. Houston did really well, but the Neil Bullen tackle was brilliant as well. Viney gives it off to Rivers, trying to get on that left boot. Eventually does, sends it long. Radicalier in the spot. Great hands from Asava. He's had a really good game, Asava, and he's had a really, really good third term. Oh, don't take it away from him. He's giving it to Aaliyah. Even Aaliyah is saying, let him have the football. He's had a blinder. Dog. Dog of an umpire. Anyway. So Aaliyah will have the football in the back 50. Oh, it comes off the side of the boot. That's a terrible kick. And Marty Hall reads that all day. He wants to go quickly. And on the turnover, Melbourne have a chance. Great work from Lockie Jones to get across and cut off that mark from Kay Chandler. Just over 7 minutes to play in this third quarter. Port Adelaide lead it by the 3 points. Going a little tap down. Viney almost threw that away. Houston doing okay. Socketed off the ground. Butters goes to ground. Just got the handball clear towards Boak. Been a bit quieter in this third term, Travis Boak. Long kick for Rioli. He gathered it well. McVee shut him down. Just kicks the ball off the ground there. A little bit of soccer skills there from Dixon. Didn't do the best. McVee gives it off to McDonald, and Melbourne can recover here. Marty Hoare back on the left foot towards the wing. Ollie Wines has this all day. Went up with the fist though. Probably should have gone up and... Oh, he did mark it. There you go. Ollie Wines will take that. So Ollie Wines got a spoil on it and then decided, oh, I'll just mark it instead. Then a little bit of a fracas there with Boak, but now Wines goes long to 50. Couldn't mark it. There was Dixon, and now Melbourne can repel. Langdon, short little ball to Petrarca. Oh, he may have hurt his knee at Petrarca. So Petrarca now takes his time. Looks okay now. He looks like he's running it off. Long ball. Van Rooyen got up late. Almost dragged it down too. Neil Bullen went to go long, then realised he had a better option. Cutting back inside towards Sparrow. Great kick. Just outside the forward 50 though. He's a long way out here, Sparrow. I think he got a corky there. Gets up a little bit limber. He seems okay, though. Ready to kick one tonight, Sparrow. Low ball inside the forward 50. Almost the perfect kick. Van Rooyen dropped it. Coming through is Neil Bullen. Always dangerous. Just got a touch onto it. I think it was Petty, but would have been touched by Aaliyah anyway. And it's through for a behind. So Melbourne are testing Port at the moment. So now Farrell will take the kick in here for Port. Just need to settle a little bit. After having a really dominant first 10 minutes of the quarter, Melbourne have fought their way back. So now Farrell. Long ball to the wing. One-on-one is Finlayson. Did really well on Lever. He wants to go, Finlayson. Turns around. Good little kick to Soldo. Great hands too. He's got Rioli. He's also got Dixon really long. Defender about to cut it off. He goes long with the kick. Got touched. Play on's the call. Dixon. Against the grain, tried to duck there. Play on's the call, wasn't tackled. Gone. Gives it off to Lever. Great defensive play there from Melbourne. Good spoil from Finlayson. So lock it in here, Port. Yeah, Dixon may have got a high one, but he definitely ducked into it, so you can't pay that. Yeah, to be fair, like the commentator said, they've paid a few of them tonight, so maybe they should have paid it. Gorn thumps it down. Rosie off the ground. Inside the forward 50 for Dixon. He tries to gather it. Almost got held from McDonald. Play on's the call. Marty Hall let it go. Great pressure from Mead. One shot at goal. Just goes to the left-hand side. So it looks like Frankie Evans may be subbed out here, and Jace Burgoyne, the sub, will be coming on for Port. Melbourne still yet to use their sub. Well done there from Billings to bring that to ground. Aaliyah did really well. Drew, off to Rosie, inside handball to the Rocket in Houston. Sends the ball to the top of the goal square. Out the back is Soldo! Should get the free kick and he will. Great kick from Dan Houston. And a chance here for Big Ivan to kick his first goal in Port Adelaide colours, I believe. I don't think he's kicked one in his Port Adelaide career so far. Ivan Soldo, has he? Well, he hasn't kicked one tonight anyway. Definitely a free kick. Slap the arm, free kick. Not much Jack Lever could do. The kick from Houston was brilliant. So Soldo straight in front. 15 metres out. Shouldn't have an issue here. Hopefully I didn't moz him for Port fans out there. No, I didn't. Great finish from Ivan Soldo. He gets the goal. And Port Adelaide extend their lead to 9. I don't think that was his first goal because they're not getting around him that much. So it looks like Soldo's going to try and stretch Gawn getting forward in the contest. He did really well on that occasion. And he's got to keep on playing well, actually, Ivan Soldo. Jordan Sweet played his first game in the Sandful yesterday. Had quite a good performance. Oh, my neck. Christ almighty. So great work there from Port Adelaide. Just when Melbourne started to regain a little bit of control, they got a quick goal there. So 9 points the difference, still 3.5 minutes to play. Back in the ruck, Gawn slaps it down, coming through hard. There was Viney, couldn't bring the ball with him though. Rosie did well, Finlayson over the top to Drew. Out of the front of the stoppage, low ball was brilliant. Finds Marshall on the lead. So a big chance here for Port Adelaide to just have a nice little gap in the margin if he can go back and nail this goal late in the third quarter. Great kick from Willem Drew as well. Not really known for his disposal, Willem, but that was a great low kick. No defender could do anything about that. So Marshall, straight in front, will kick on the 50-metre line directly. Usually a pretty good finisher. Todd Marshall, high ball, straight through. Port Adelaide in front by 15 points. In his 100th game, Todd Marshall has had a very interesting career. Had a tough start to it. Great finish from him in his 100th. So first goal of the evening for Todd Marshall. Freo vs Carlton next week is a big game. Yeah, I can't wait to go to that too, because obviously gather around next week. That is a massive game. Both undefeated teams. So back in the ruck now. Gawn, little tap down. Viney tried to duck a high one. Ducked out of trouble too. Handball out to Gawn, missed it. Mead just gets it off the ground. Says, you deal with it forwards. Long kick, good spoil there from Melbourne. Coming through hard there is Drew and Sparrow. Ricochets to Salem. Couldn't get the handball away. And Port Adelaide with the pressure. Drew couldn't pick it up cleanly. Both did. Off to the sub in Burgoyne. Inside handball was nice to Rosie. Usually a pretty clean finisher, Rosie. Trying to find some space. Eventually ducks out of trouble. This would be amazing. And he hooks it too much, Connor. $16-point lead, and Port Adelaide are really threatening to take this game away from the Demons at the moment. McVee's short kick to Lever. So Lever now wants to go long with the kick. One-on-one here, Aaliyah and Petty. Petty had two hands to it, dropped though. Sparrow back to Langdon, wanted to give it to Oliver, couldn't. Now Sparrow, eventually they get it to Oliver. They don't have an option down the line, so they just have to work through handball here, the Demons. They do pretty well. Oliver now, long ball to a pack of players. Houston got in front, did well. Neil Bullen, good gather. Now Langdon has some space on the wing. Low ball to half forward. Ben Brown got at the back. Good mark. Takes the mark directly on 50. It'd have to be a long kick from here. He's setting up for the shot, though. Interesting decision. Port Adelaide fans in the background, as you can see. A lot of fingers being thrown. So Ben Brown, this would be a massive kick from here. He'll have to kick from outside 50. Brown sends a long ball. It may get there. Oh, Ben Brown launches an absolute bomb and quietens those Port Adelaide fans real quick. Late in the third quarter, big goal from Ben Brown. So that's his second goal of the game. And a great finish from there too. Only had the 4 touches, Ben Brown. But a massive kick there. That was outside 50. I didn't think he had the distance in, but he had it pretty comfortably in the end too. Oh, I would have been touched too if someone got on the line. I thought he had it comfortably. He only just had that, Ben Brown. So 10 points the difference. Melbourne get a late one there. Gawn tried to take it out of the ruck, left it behind. Finlayson fighting hard, did really well. Handball to Butters, good worried him out of it there, Sparrow. Oliver up to Viney. Viney didn't have it. Umpire puts the whistle away. Butters let it go. Salem comes through. Great tackle. Great pressure from Melbourne. Salem will get the free. So Willem Drew got pinned for it. So Sparrow will get the free. So Sparrow wants to go. 30 seconds to play. Long ball up for Van Rooyen. Almost dragged it down. Houston going in hard. It'll be another ball up. Not the best play from Melbourne. They had 3 forwards jumping for that football. One of them had to say they've got it because they just spoiled each other. Back in the ruck. Gawn takes it out of the ruck. Held. Finlayson's going to... Oh, that's tough. The only reason why Finlayson grabbed is because Gawn threw him. Oh, that is tough. So a free kick here for Max Gawn. Right on 3/4 time, a massive kick. Probably not the biggest in his career, but it's definitely a big one for the context of this game. So Max Gawn hasn't kicked one tonight. Had a pretty good outing though. He's dominated in the ruck so far. A chance here to get Melbourne within 4 points at the 3/4 time break. Gawn lumbers in. High ball towards goal. Umpire does not move. Big goal from Max Gawn on 3/4 time. So at 3/4 time, Melbourne get right back into it. At 3/4 time, Port Adelaide still take the lead into the last change. They lead 10-8-68 to Melbourne, 6-4-64. And I need to take a whiz so bad. I'll be back in a sec, guys. Alright, I'm back. So at the moment, Port Adelaide lead up by 4 points at three-quarter time, but Melbourne are coming. They kicked the last few goals of the quarter. Massive last quarter coming up. So big last quarter for both sides. Winner of this will have 3 wins already in the season. Here we go. Gawn knocks it down towards Oliver. Couldn't gather it. Did well though. Drew did well to get the hands free to Rosie. Port Adelaide will get the clearance in more. Long ball to the top of the goal square. Rioli in a one-on-one. Rioli gets on the board! No, he doesn't. He's held him. Free kick will go to Melbourne. Howes, I think, actually did really well in that contest too. So Melbourne get a reprieve. Long ball to the halfback. Max Gawn does well. Off his line, a little bit under pressure here, Gawn. Low ball to the wing. Jones not dropped another mark. He's got soap on his hands. Handball from Burgoyne out the back towards Radicalier. Floater stays just out of bounds. So boat went up, almost marked it, but Rivers will get the free kick. Long ball to Ben Brown, 2-on-1 here. Radicalier went to ground, so Brown was on his own. Kicked a big goal late in the third. So Brown, low ball, turned it over. Well done there from Burgoyne. He wants to go. Straight to Burn Jones. Low ball to half forward. Finds Marshall. He wheels around. High ball to the 50. Towards Rioli and Hoare. Hoare did pretty well to get back there. Fighting hard was Howes. Tapped it towards Chandler. And Chandler will get the free kick for a high one. Great work there from Melbourne just to do that quick scrambling defence. Really worked there. Short kick from Chandler. Finds Marty Hoare. There are many times on the stream I can say Hoare without actually getting, like... Luckily we're not monetized yet, but fuck me. It's a lot in this game. Gawn went up a bit early. Almost got pushed out of it. Butters couldn't gather it cleanly. Ricocheted off Petty's foot towards 50. Brennan Zerk-Thatcher gets there first. Langdon fighting hard. Houston gets the handball away. Aaliyah under pressure. Just got a handball. Did well. Zerk-Thatcher to take the contact and hold the footy up. So Gawn, little tap down towards Petrarca. Bouncing ball towards the 50. Chandler, smart move. Tapped it over the top to Neil Bullen. Had a brilliant night. This will be a brilliant start to the fourth. He's got it! Melbourne are back in front. They've kicked the last 3. Great game so far from Alex Neil-Bullen. He's had 21 touches, I believe, and that's his second goal. So Radicalier slowly getting off the ground with a limp up. That would be really big for the Port Adelaide if they do lose him here, because he's had a really good night. Coming off very slowly. Great smart play there from Chandler. Knew that Neil-Bullen had space out the back. Had heaps of time. Looked like it was missing, but just faded back enough. Not looking the best way at all at the Sava. So back in the ruck, terrible bounce from the umpire. And Soldo's given away the free kick here. The umpire was going to call back the bounce, but he pushed Max Gawn in the back, and he'll get the free kick and the clearance here. Got to be more careful than that, Soldo. So Gawn goes in short, dangerous kick towards Oliver. Took a good mark though. So the forwards of Melbourne trying to look to a bit of space. Oliver low ball towards Petty in the one-on-one. Good spoil there from Jones. Neil-Bullen trying to break away from the Drew tackle. Hard to do. Pickett took the contact. It'll be a ball up. So back in the ruck. Gawn little tap down. Drew coming through nicely. Gawn wraps him up. The umpire called for it again. Soldo spikes it to some space. Petrarca should get there first. It runs out again. So another couple of repeat stoppages. A lot of this has happened in most of the starts of quarters so far in this game. So the umpire whips it in again. Lets it out the back. Soldo tried to tap it forward. Pickett did well. Smothered well, though, from Port Adelaide. Ricochets into the middle of the ground. Rivers gets it on the boot quickly. They have the numbers here, the Demons. Pickett wants to go. Tumble punt inside the forward 50. Brown picks it up well. Great tackle from Allaire. He's gone. Are you kidding? He let it go. Oh, that's fucking dog shit from the umpire. He absolutely just dropped that, Ben Brown. Fuck me. Anyway, Petrarca has the footy at the moment. Great tackle there from Burn-Jones. Sparrow snapping ball towards goal. He's got it! Port Adelaide fans are furious right now. Melbourne get the goal, but controversial to say the least. I can't believe the umpire messed that up. He dropped that cold, Ben Brown. That's a shocking decision. So Melbourne start the better of the two teams in the last quarter. So Ken Hinkley got some questions to answer for here. Port Adelaide, tough start to the last quarter. Van Rooyen with a tap down. Oliver got a high one a little bit. Did well with the handball. Viney, now Van Rooyen. Clears it forward. Chandler couldn't gather it. Neil-Bullen did well. Handballs it forward to space. Chandler, great pickup. Gives off the handball in the pocket. Billings, little snapping ball. Well on there from Allaire. Billings just didn't get a good connection on that kick. Cost people careers. Oh, the umpires have been shocking this season. They've been shocking always, I think, but fucking... I'm not just saying that, like... They've been fucking woeful this season. That was terrible. Ben Brown dropped that ball clean on the ground, had prior, and the umpire didn't pay it. And I'm so sick of the, oh, well, he knocked it on. So on the outer wing right now, Port Adelaide need to respond here. In the ruck, Finlayson knocks it down. Boak took it well. Drew got tackled nicely. Umpire calls for it. There are a lot of decisions in today's game and the Carlton game yesterday. Fucking woeful. Then Roy knocks it down. Boak couldn't grab it cleanly. Oliver did well. Another repeat stoppage here. Heaps of time for Port. They don't have to worry just yet. But they probably need the next one. Free kick's been ripped out here. It will go Port Adelaide's way. So Boak little short kick. Finds Burgoyne. So Port Adelaide just slowing it down a little bit here. Don't mind this. Farrell hasn't had a lot of it tonight. Long kick, dangerous. Well done there from Petty to get there just in time. Zerk Thatcher tries to clean it up. Burton, little handball forward to ground. And now Melbourne have the numbers. Neil Bullen, great tackle from Jones. Try to lock it up. Viney off the ground towards half forward. Great work from Burton. So Ryan Burton will get the free kick at half back. Short kick inside to Rosie. They need it more in his hands in this last quarter. He wants to give it off to Farrell. Wide ball to half forward. Great looking kick. Finds Drew on the lead. He cuts back Willem Drew. Low ball inside. Great kick. And he finds Dixon on the lead. A couple of kicks from Willem Drew in this game have been brilliant going inside 50. He's had a pretty good night. So Charlie Dixon. Big opportunity here for Port to get right back in it. Dixon looks like he's hooked it. So back to not 8 points. So here go the Demons. They go long towards the wing. Lockie Jones, another drop mark. He has dropped 4 marks tonight, Lockie Jones. So it looks like Woe Woden's about to make his way onto the ground as the sub. Unsure as to who's going to be subbed off there. They're trying to yell someone off at the moment. So it's someone on the field. Finlayson with the knockdown. Ball ricochets into the middle of the ground. Drew thumps it forward. Dangerous play. Hoare working hard. Did really well. Handball back to Rivers. Has some time in the Demons. Wide ball to Chandler. He's had a pretty good night, Cade Chandler. Had a brilliant start. Been a bit quieter since, but still had a good night. So now Chandler works it wide to Ben Brown. Good kick. So Brown too far out to score, but in a dangerous position here for the Demons. Looking for an option. He wants to go low to the pocket for the leader. Bailey Fritsch should have marked it. Dropped the sitter on his chest. Billings off to Windsor. Breaks away from one. Shapes up nicely. Windsor towards the face of goal. He's got it there. Great finish from Caleb Windsor. And Port Adelaide in all sorts at the moment. Brilliant finish though. Been pretty quiet tonight, Caleb Windsor, but they know the talent he's got. And Port Adelaide, they're going to find it hard to get it back from here. Fridge has had a pretty poor night, I'm going to be honest. He only kicked the 1 goal early. But that was great work from Windsor. Shook off McEntee. Long kick at goal was brilliant. Port Adelaide have been poor on the goal line tonight. I think that's 3 goals they've let through from the point. I mean, that's 3 goals that they could have easily saved. That they've just let through because of their defence on the goal line. Back in the ruck. Port Adelaide need the next one or they're gone. Gone. High ball towards the wing. Langdon sits under it. Wasn't 15. That's a tough call. The umpire calls for it. So hits it over the top of his head towards Fritsch. He got wrapped up there by Zerk Thatcher. Dragged down. Umpire circles and he's going to pin him. Oh, that's tough. Typical result, Port of garbage team, even when they have momentum, they capitulate. I think Melbourne have been pretty good tonight. I don't think exactly Port Adelaide have capitulated, but anyway. Long ball inside the forward 50 for Dixon. Got the hands up, couldn't bring it down. McVee fighting hard. Marshall ran over it a little bit. Rioli off the ground! He hit the post. They had a couple of opportunities in this game, Port, to bring themselves back into it. Just missed that one. How you doing anyway, Jamie? So now Melbourne towards the commentary side wing. Van Rooyen went up, couldn't bring it down. Mead overran it a little bit. Windsor sits on it, and there'll be a ball up. So still heaps of time for Port. There's still over 12. There's still just under 12 minutes to play. It's only two and a bit goals. Gawn taps it down. Drew stepped out of trouble. Kick from Wines hit Sparrow straight in the face, I think. Oh, he's just going to catch himself. Just got to get himself right there. That kick was tough. Oh, he's lucky he didn't get it square in the face. It just scraped his face in the end. Soldo tried to thump it forward. Wine, strong hands, gives it to Soldo. Couldn't gather it. Did well to step out of trouble, though, Soldo. To the top of the goal square for Rioli. Couldn't gather it. Finlayson off the ground. Port Adelaide is still a chance. Big goal from Jeremy Finlayson. Big goal there from Finlayson. Only 7 points the difference now. Just when you thought Melbourne were about to take this game away, Port Adelaide get an opportunistic goal. People at Adelaide Oval trying to rile up their team. Bounces it down. Gawn little tap down. Did well there, Melbourne. Soldo locks him up. Little tap down. Butters fighting hard. Houston couldn't gather it. Soldo, little kick forward. Houston trying to gather it cleanly. He's going to be locked up. It'll be a ball up. Still heaps of time in this one. Rioli the deepest forward for Port. Spiked forward. Rosie, good pick up. Great hands. Found Butters. Ran himself into a bit of a roadblock. Good play there from Howes. Just got the handball away. Bergman. High ball to the top of the goal square. Finlayson gets there. Great mark from Finlayson. Leave had a pretty dirty night, if I'm being honest. And Finlayson a chance here to get Port Adelaide within 1 point. Snap on goal. Oh, he's missed it. Not a right footer, and that definitely showed. Back to a straight goal, the difference. Port Adelaide had their chances tonight. So a long kick towards the wing. Soldo did well. Butters gathered it. Handball inside towards Houston. They can go through hands here. Port Wines couldn't get rid of it. Great pressure from Melbourne. Sparrow did well. Clearing ball inside the forward 50 from Zirk Thatcher. Ricochets off Salem. Great hands from Dixon. McEntee turned into a bit of trouble. Let it go. Should be pinned. And he is. Dangerous tackle. Rivers has given it away. Big decision from the umpire. But it's going to be reversed here. And Connor Rosie will have a shot straight in front. Oh, that's tough. I think there have been some terrible decisions both way tonight. Port Adelaide, a mentally weak team, have been since 2007, man. That's 17 years ago. I don't know. Look, I I agree that Port Adelaide have wasted some opportunities, especially in what, the 2020-21 season. Anyway, Rosie comes in, kicks the goal, and it's all square. I don't think that was a reversal, but I also don't think... Yeah, I think that's tough, but anyway. Oh, how you doing, Boston, man? How you doing? Yeah, it's been a bit. It's been a couple of weeks. How you doing? I'm doing all right. I love how Jake Lever's going over to his defenders and telling them how to play here. Not to say anything against Jake Lever, but he's had a pretty dirty night. He's had a couple of terrible moments. That's good, man. So it's all square at Adelaide Oval. It's been tight all night. Yeah, I tip Port. I hope I get this one because I've tipped them and I've got a few tonight. Well, I think that's a repayment for the Brown throw early in the quarter. That's what I'll say. Who's your team again, Boston? I completely forgot. Sorry. It's not Port, is it? So back in the ruck. Solveig wins the tap. Oliver will get the clearance here. Eventually turns around. High ball towards the 50. In front. Couldn't bring it down there, Melbourne. But Petey does well. Off to Neil Bourne. Great tackle from Butters. Brings an offensive pressure. Should have been holding the ball. Another terrible decision from the umpire. That is holding the ball. Fucking hell. Solido takes it out of the ruck, clearing ball outside the defensive 50. Howes gets a fist to it. Fighting hard there was Oliver. Did well there. Rivers, Oliver, Salem. They worked through hands brilliantly there, Melbourne. Rivers sends it inside the forward 50. Aaliyah did well to spoil. Fighting hard here is Radicalier back on the field. Good tackle. Locks him up. Collingwood, that's right. Yeah, they did win on the week. It was a good win from them too. Warren Treadway on the board. Yeah, I saw all the news about that. I just don't follow a lot of that sort of news about the AFL. Petrarca pushes Mead into the play. Snaps on goal. Kicks it on the full. When it's 5 to go, there's currently 9 minutes, so I'll try and let you know. I'll try and remember. So Aaliyah in the back pocket. Short little kick to Butters. Worked himself into the second half. Who can win from here? Melbourne started this quarter the better. But Port Adelaide have kicked the last few goals. Inside kick is dangerous. Zerk Thatcher took the mark. He wants to go. Mead. Wide looking kick for Burgoyne and Windsor. Two young guns. Windsor fighting hard. Did really well. Took the contact. Great tackle from Burgoyne. Still just over 8.5 minutes to play in this one. So the umpire throws it in. Soldo with a little tap down. Viney going in hard. Well on there, Butters. Drew winds. Out the back to Burgoyne. Tried to spin out of trouble. Did well. Now Burton fires a long ball inside the forward 50 for Finlayson and Dixon. In front did well. Fighting in hard, McEntee. Howes goes in hard. Oliver takes his time. Did really well there, Clayton. High ball towards the wing. Gorn took it well. You like Crom, right, mate? I like Crom. I don't like the Crow. This inside kick is almost perfect. Aaliyah cuts it off. Spoil only goes as far as Langdon, who grabbed at it. Didn't bring it with him, though. Handball backwards to Rivers. Wide ball finds Petrarca. Now Petrarca wants to load up. High ball. They've got the numbers here, Melbourne. Zerk Thatcher couldn't get there. Great mark from Ben Brown. Great body work there from Bailey Fritsch. He knew Ben Brown had the option. Oh, I'm a Sydney Swans supporter. You can... Wait, hang on. Where's the camera? I can't really see it. There. Yeah, I'm back in Sydney. So a big moment here for Ben Brown. He's got 2 tonight. They got at the back there, Melbourne. Has a chance here to restore their lead. Trademark long run up. He comes in now. Kicks towards goal. Dead straight from Ben Brown. Demons back in front. This game's gone right down to the wire. 3 tonight from Ben Brown. One of the better performances he's had in quite a few years, Ben Brown. So there's currently... Oh, fucking hell. Get the time out of the way. There's 7 minutes to play. Did Jason Alexander just say legit on commentary? Oh my god. How can a weirdo in his room shouting at a television screen be a better commentator than fucking Channel 7's highly paid weirdos? Holy shit. I mean, fucking, I'm not exactly calling myself that good, but Christ. If I ever say legit on a commentary, you can all unsubscribe. Yeah, all good, Boston. Glad you joined the stream though, man. So back in the ruck. Soldo knocks it down. Drew gets onto it. Just got the handball away to Butters. He's really worked into this one in the second half and goes for a run. Has a handball option. Just gave it away in time. Rosie about to get shut down by Rivers. It'll be a ball up. So I think Butters just gave it to Rosie because he knew he was about to get called for running too far. Back in the ruck. Gorn knocks it down. Oliver tried to clear it now. Soldo off the ground inside the forward 50. Rioli and McVee running at it. McVee takes it out of bounds. Still heaps of time in this one. Still over 6.5 minutes. Only a goal the difference. Gorn taps down Petrarca. Handball well. And now a kick outside the defensive 50 there from Chandler. Aaliyah should have marked it. Dropped it. Now Melbourne can make them pay. Petty off to Woden, the sub. Inside kick. Really good composure. Good spoil there from Houston. Now Chandler under some trouble. Gives it off to Viney. Spun out of one. Spun out of two tackles. Did well there, Viney. Petty, inside handball to Oliver. He ducked out of trouble. Good work there from Drew. Just got the kick away. Radicalea did well. Houston has some time. They can switch it to Port. Bergman. They want to go Port. Out wide to Rioli. Rioli just takes some time here. Treads some water. So it goes long to the 50. Gorn is there with Dixon. Got hands to it. Should have marked. McDonald off the Gorn. Viney. Nice little kick finds Woden. A little bit early to try and stop the clock. Try and run down the clock. But they can definitely take a few seconds off here, the Ds. Woden with the long kick. Radicalea going back. Take a good mark. May have hurt himself there, Asavo. Landed a bit heavily. Gives off the handball to Burton, who just spikes the ball long. Marshall got blocked and also got a high one and took the mark as well. He did everything there, Todd Marshall. Big mark in his 100th game. Wanted to get off to Burton. Went a bit early though, Ryan. So he's going to have to wait here. Marshall looks like he'll go in, look like to go long, but then goes in short to Boak. Had a brilliant first half, Travis Boak. Been a bit quieter since. 351st game for him. He'll go in short to the pocket for Marshall. Got his hands there and Petty just out of bounds. So just under 5 minutes now. Who can win from here? Can Melbourne hold on or can Port Adelaide run over the top? Gorn did well on the ruck, gets out the back. Chandler gets a clearing ball outside the defensive 50. Aaliyah goes up with Woden. Caused the contest, hit the ground. Woden did well. Oliver missed his handball. Oh, that would have caned. Boak is out. Butters handball forward to Rioli. Couldn't gather it. Now Chandler has some time. Kicks it out wide. The game needs to stop. Boak is on the ground and can't get up. Radicalea did well. Off to Burton. He has some time here. Ryan Burton goes long with the kick. Call the fucking thing, you weirdo umpire. Boak ran into Soldo's knee. That would have fucking caned. Hopefully he's alright. That would have hurt. Oh, God. Got hit up the midriff. I think it's the knee to the head, to be honest with you, there, Sean. Oh, he didn't actually get him in the head. He got lucky, though. He's lucky that Soldo kind of jumped and let his knees go back. Because if he didn't, he would have got a knee straight to the forehead. Tough player, Travis Boak. Take a lot to get him off the field. Don't know if he'll be back, though. So it's a stoppage right at 50 here for Port Adelaide. Soldo knocks it forward. Oliver runs onto it. Houston locks him up. 4 minutes to play. Still a lot of time in this one. Ollie Wine's on the bench. We've got to get him back on the field. Soldo taps it. Oliver coming through well. Wrapped him up. Dixon tried to get the handball away to Finlayson. Lever taps it away to Windsor. He gathered it in the end. Marshall tapped it out of the way. Oliver's kick went 1 metre. Windsor gives it off to Viney. They can repel here, the Demons. Doesn't have an option though, Viney, so he just has to go long with the kick. Eventually found on the lead. Petty, 1-2, got it! Good mark from Harry Petty. He wants to give off the handball to Windsor. Don't know about that play, but they're working through hands here, the Demons. Viney had a good game in 200. Short little kick finds Woden. Got a couple of options here. He decides to go long for Van Rooyen. Went up a bit early, just left the ball behind. Farrell kicks it through the middle with a dribbling ball. Here's Port Adelaide's chance. Gorn just got the handball away though. Salem inside the forward 50. Cossey's there and dangerous. Gives off the handball. Van Rooyen off to Windsor. Short little kick was nice. And Bailey Fritsch locked up in the left forward pocket. This would almost send Melbourne home. Great composure there from Caleb Windsor. He could have blasted away and gone for goal, but he knew a short little kick to Fritsch. Worst case scenario is on the fall, but if he kicks a point here, it's going to make it a 7-point game and still make it tough for Port Adelaide. Only had the 5 touches tonight, Bailey Fritsch. He's been well held. Can he finish here, though? Tough angle. Especially for a left footer. Bailey Fritsch doesn't have any issues, though. And that may well have sent Melbourne home. It's going to be tough for Port now. 2 goals behind with just under 3 minutes to go. Sorry, 2.5 minutes to go. Bailey Fritsch just said, fuck you to the crowd. Big goal from Bailey Fritsch. Port fans starting to leave. I think it's a bit early for that, but nonetheless, Gorn with the knockdown. Viney left it behind. Soldo tried to get the handball away. Sockers it off the ground towards the 50. Burgoyne and Bergman. Leaves it for Bergman. Up the chimney, the kick. Gorn sits under it there with Rosie. Did really well, Rosie, to get to it. Burgoyne somehow got out of there on as far as Viney. Handball to the toes of Aaliyah, who snaps it inside the forward 50. Lever should have marked it. Didn't. Maybe he did. Rioli's got to go harder there. He has to knock that down. So now Lever can go outside the defensive 50 for the moment. Long ball towards the boundary line. Van Rooyen on his own. So Melbourne can soak a few seconds off the clock here. Car's gone up from Darts. Long ball towards the wing. Good. Oh, I should have marked that one there, Farrell. Petrarca takes the contact. It'll be a ball up. 1.5 minutes to play. Port Adelaide, probably the best result they can get from here is a draw. Soldo knocks it down. Drew coming through. Did okay. Got the handball forward. Bouncing ball. Neil Bullen will get there first. Go further back to Marty Hoare. On the boot to Gorn. Maybe just Melbourne's night. So Gorn takes the mark. And he'll hold it up. He can go in short and he goes to Oliver. I think Port Adelaide know they're done tonight. Oliver, high ball inside the forward 50. Up goes Van Rooyen. Zerk Thatcher brought it down though. Van Rooyen off to Fritsch to really shut the gate. Bailey Fritsch, that will swing back. Oh, he's hit the post. It's hit the post. Yeah, it's a point. But that gives Melbourne a 13-point lead. That will be the safety point they need to win this game. Almost had it there, Bailey Fritsch. After having a pretty quiet night, he almost ended up with 3 goals. Burton, long kick outside the defensive 50. Burgoyne met hard there by Windsor. Just got the handball away. Butters did well to get off the Rosie. Just gets it on the boot towards the wing. Running hard there is McEntee with the pace. Did well to beat Salem to it, then left the ball behind. Gorn has his time. Long raking 30-metre handball, and Viney and Fritsch collide. Don't know about that. Jesus Christ. Boston, how you doing, man? Free kick's going to go to Melbourne, I think. Oh, no, it's going to go to Marshall. So Marshall with 25 seconds to go. Low ball inside the forward 50 to Finlayson. Finlayson knows he has to go. I think it's a little bit too late now. Finlayson comes in, kicks the goal. They'll give him 9 seconds. So what needs to happen here is Melbourne need to make a rush behind deliberate. I think that's called a point. And then they need to get a goal from the rush behind decision. Anything's possible. Exactly, Boston. I'm backing Port in here. I'm going to be honest with you. All right, give it a break, Simon. I think they've got this. This would have to be like in cricket, where they need a no ball 6 runs here. This is basically what it is, but even more than that. Probably more likely that will happen here is Port Adelaide need to get a clearance, kick a point, and then Melbourne need to give away a free kick. So Port Adelaide's best chance here is to get one of their forwards, get the clearance, get the point, and then one of them needs to go and punch someone. No, definitely not a cricket. Oh, I'm a bit of a cricket fan, but I definitely am more of an AFL fan. Gorn, little tap down to Butters. Here we go. Big chance. Butters got to kick a point. Long kick inside the forward 50. Dixon took the mark too. But Melbourne win in Jack Viney's 200th game. A massive performance away from home for the Demons. They go into next week and gather round with 3 wins on the trot. You like the Sixers? Yeah, I'm Adelaide Strikers. Massive win for Melbourne in the end. Oh, I didn't even update the scoreboard. Did he just give a high five to a supporter? I just want to see that again. Did he just give a high five to a supporter? I did too. I like that from Simon Goodwin. Yeah, the Sixers are definitely, I think, a better team. But anyway. So a massive end to this game. Port Adelaide faded a little bit in the last quarter. Melbourne took the win. And a massive performance from them in the end. Gets them to their 3rd straight win in the season. Tough start against the Sydney Swans. But since then, they've been perfect, the Demons. Going to next week, first game of gather round. Really tough game against the Crows. But they did it for Jack tonight, the Melbourne Demons. And a great win from them. Alright guys, that's basically going to end the stream for now. Thank you for watching. Probably won't be a stream for the next couple of days, but we will be doing the review episode as always. That'll be coming out Monday night. So make sure to stay tuned for that one, guys. Thank you for watching and listening. And if you guys want to buy one of our footy prints from BR Designs, I don't have the link in the chat. The link is in the description below. Sorry, the stream fucked up early, so I had to change it. Yeah, if you want to check out our footy prints, just check the link in the description below, guys. And yeah, we have one for every single team, and we've got a couple of we've got some new designs coming out very shortly. So stay tuned for that one. Catch you later, Boston. Glad you joined the stream, man. And yeah, that's all from me. So we'll catch you all.